My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. I'm going to give you my favorite Underdog Fantasy entry for UFC Mexico. If you don't know what Underdog Fantasy is, you basically come in here. You say higher or lower than the numbers you see on the screen, and you can 20 times your money. You can even add one of these little chili pepper payouts, and then 40 times your money. And then 100 times your money. You can continue to compound these entries to make a ton of money. It is super easy. It is a ton of fun, and they will even give you free money to try. Just go to wewantpicks.com/underdog. Use promo code WWP, and they will instantly match your deposit. If you give them $20, they'll give you 20. If you give them 100, they'll give you 100. You can then take that $100, build yourself an entry instantly, win that entry, withdraw that money, and then take off to Mexico and just chill on the beach watching these fights on an iPad. I mean, if that isn't the dream. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP. Here's your caveat. I did the same caveat in other videos as well. This card is a little tricky. First of all, we have a lot of lower weight classes. It is 155 pounds and under on this card. Typically, those are very busy fighters. Typically, those fights go the distance. But what makes this tricky is, A, most of these fighters are actually dangerous fighters that don't typically go the distance. And then B, there's elevation. They're fighting in Mexico City. This is, I believe, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If it is not the highest elevation point, it is the second highest elevation point where the UFC hosts events. This is way higher than Salt Lake City and some of the other elevation destinations. And what elevation does is it makes fighters exhausted. So now we're going to get some fighters that are so exhausted, they'll quit and they'll get finished. And then other fighters who are so exhausted that they can't finish their opponent. So now those fights go the distance. It messes with distance and timing, but let's go ahead and break down this card right off the rip. Normally, I'm not a chili pepper fan, but I do think Brandon Moreno wins by finish. And what's beautiful about the chili pepper, well, we'll get rid of this. What's beautiful about the chili pepper is it juices your whole entry. So Brandon Moreno to win by finish is 1.25x, meaning everything I put together, the total payout will be 1.25x, a 25% boost on top of the total payout because I did this. I think Brandon Moreno wins this fight, and we know Brandon Royval gets finished. Obviously, he didn't get finished in his last fight, but his last fight was a wrestling match. I think Brandon Moreno is going to come forward, be dangerous, stay in his face, throw tons of strikes. They're in Mexico City. The cardio won't be an issue. And Brandon Royval, I don't want to say he's stepping up on short notice, but this wasn't his main event. He stepped in when Amir Albazi got a neck injury. So I think Brandon Moreno wins and likely wins by finish. He has 25 minutes to put this together. I likely think he wins by a finish. We work our way down. I don't think Brandon Moreno wins this fight. They're juicing all of the win there because they know he probably doesn't. And then Brian Ortega, similar type situation. I do think Brian can win this fight, but I'm going to leave it alone. He's not going to win by finish if he wins. I think he weathers an early storm, just wears on Yair, takes him down, beats him up. Almost what Volk did. Just take him down a bunch of times and then grind from there. But let's work our way down. I don't love a lot of these lines. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't love a lot of these lines. What I do probably like here is Daniel Zellhuber more than 12 fight minutes. He is fighting a very dangerous Francisco Prado, But I think Daniel Zellhuber can weather an early storm and then dance around on the outside, just launching jabs, staying in his face. 12 fight minutes means we got to get 2 minutes into the third round. I think it's probably a decision. So if we do the flexible insured payout, we should be good even if there's a miss there. I also like Manuel Torres, higher than 4.5 or 4.95. It basically, this has to get to the second round. And I think it does. He is fighting Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan is nuts tough. Too tough for his own good. The guy gets dropped, beat up, half dead, just rises like the Undertaker. And he's still there, still ready to go. So I do think that the second round will start in this fight. And we don't even need that, but that'll lock this in. So I think we're good there. And then if we go to Hani Barcelos, I like the more on fight minutes there as well. Quinones isn't the most dangerous guy in the world. He just isn't. And Barcelos is old. slowing down a bit, and he doesn't finish anybody. So if Hani wins, it'll 100% be a decision. And honestly, if Quinones wins, it is most likely a decision as well. Hani's chin is gone, but Quinones isn't the one-punch knockout kind of guy. Quinones is sort of a grinder, young, busy, athletic. Elevation may benefit him. I actually think Quinones will win this fight, but I think the higher than 11.5 fight minutes sort of protects us from a little bit of chaos. So this is actually going to be my entry. We have Brandon Moreno. We got a little bit of a juice there with the over a half a finish. Daniel Zellhuber, more than 12 fight minutes. Manuel Torres, more than 4.9 fight minutes. And then Hani Barcelos, more than 11.5 fight minutes. I did add the Zellhuber one. My original entry doesn't have that, but I do like that. A little risky with Prado, which is why we would do an insured payout here. 4 correct, $150. 3 correct, we get all of our money back and then some more. Guys, this will be my entry. My actual entry was exactly what I just showed you, minus the Zellhuber. If you like this entry, great. If you don't like this entry, that's fine too. But go ahead and get the very free money and build your own. Just go to wewantpicks.com/underdog. Use promo code WWP. Take that instant deposit match. Build yourself an entry. Win. Take all that money. Put it in your pocket. Run away. Don't ever come back. I'm kidding. This is a ton of fun. We do it every week. wewantpicks.com/underdog. Promo code WWP.